without any music. Imagine a world without writers or libraries. Imagine our region without our heritage. The Washington County Community Foundation Arts Fund keeps your world alive with possibilities. We bring theater and art to children, preserve our local history, keep our trolleys on track, and ensure that the band plays on. Let's take a look at 5 of the local arts organizations the Community Foundation supports.
Welcome to the David Bradford House, a centerpiece of Washington County history. Please come inside. This was the home of David Bradford and his family. This was one of 3 homes that David had and was without a doubt the nicest of his homes. He built this beginning in 1786 and was completed in 1788. It's an extremely magnificent home. It is still considered to this day to be the finest example of 18th century architecture in western Pennsylvania. When you walk through the front door, you're walking back 200 years into 1788. You're seeing the house as it looked 200 years ago. We're standing in the entranceway to the Bradford House. If you look at the staircase, it shows you right away as soon as you walk into the house what you're going to see. The railing is made of mahogany. It is original all the way to the 3rd floor. The scroll work going up the staircase is absolutely magnificent. It's just beautiful. We're now standing in the parlor of the Bradford House. In the parlor, it would have been really the center of activity for the house when there were dinner parties taking place. If you look at the parlor, it's very decorative. They're going to have more interesting woodworking down here. It's going to be very ornate. In our parlor today, we are lucky enough to have one of the very few Whiskey Rebellion artifacts that remain. It's a desk that belonged to John Holcroft. Now that we've seen the parlor, why don't we move into the dining room and we can see where the Bradfords would have sat down for their daily meals. We're now standing in the dining room of the Bradford House. It is, in my opinion, the most beautiful room. It's a very bright, vibrant room, and it would have been like this so that when guests came in, there's an atmosphere of friendship, of fellowship, a place where people could sit down together and enjoy a meal.
And then you can put it together with wool.
Thank you for visiting us today at the David Bradford House. Please come back again.
Wash Arts was founded in 2002, basically to provide a creative outlet for children and youth. And we're going to be 10 years old next year. We're going to celebrate our 10th anniversary.
Okay, so I'm going to jumpstart you. Is it the same thing that we're doing? The rest of you.
We have classes in the visual arts, performing arts, music, and literary arts.
You gotta just do order dances. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Our poetry class, actually we have a lot of students in our poetry class who have won awards for their writing, and they've published poems. So at times I think that getting off this train
Yeah, you gotta have a chorus and then like verse 1. Definitely.
And in the performing arts, we have a great acting program for little thespians as well as older kids in Broadway-bound classes. Some of those kids will be learning monologues for auditions, and some of them will be putting on full productions.
Did you hear that Sally just broke up with Brad?
No! This is a really safe place where they can come and express themselves, and that's so important in adolescence when so many children are faced with temptations and other negative influences. And we find over and over that students tell us that coming to Wash Arts is a way that they can buffer themselves from those negative influences that are out there in the world, and that makes us very happy.
Something wonderful is happening in Washington County. Musicians from all over the area with a variety of occupations are coming together as the Washington Symphony Orchestra to create beautiful music.
I'm a professor of music at California University.
I actually have a degree in music education.
I go to Washington High School.
I'm an engineer by trade. I'm your cable guy. I work for Comcast.
All these different wonderful things that people do during the day to pay their bills, and then at night they do what they love, and that's this. In many ways it's like a family.
I love the sense of belonging. I just love the music.
1, 2, 1, 2.
The group, all the people that are in it. It's just a lot of fun to be here. This orchestra has a great camaraderie. It has a lot of character. It's a blast to be in.
Our concerts are really unique because they offer music that everyone will enjoy.
All of the players are like a big family, and we work together to create something beautiful, something that none of us can do on our own. But all together, we just create this wonderful sound.
All aboard!
The Pennsylvania Trolley Museum was founded in 1953, and our mission is to preserve and interpret Pennsylvania's trolley era. And we're a very unique place because most museums you see have things on the wall and things in display cases. But we also have full-size streetcars like the one I'm sitting in that actually take our visitors for a ride into the past. We'll have 50 full-size streetcars, some that weigh up to 30 tons and are 50 feet long, and some of them actually operate, so you can take rides. We have a 4-mile round trip on a beautifully rebuilt trolley line, and we actually give guided tours of our car barn where you see other trolleys on display. So we're a very interactive, living history museum. The Washington County Community Foundation has been a big supporter of the museum. We recently got a grant to allow California University to do a visitor survey. And so that's been done over the last 2 years, and we're looking forward to the results very soon. And that'll help us with our marketing efforts and with our programming. Restoration time really depends on the car and the amount of funding. We have one car that is being worked on right now that we started working on in the 1960s, but funding wasn't there and what have you, and so we now have the funding to finish it. So it really depends. A car that's not too worn out we can do in maybe a year or two, but a car that needs a lot of work could take 5 to 10 years depending on the amount of work. We have lots of special events throughout the year. In fact, we have just about one every month. We're open April through December, and this year we kicked off the season with our bunny trolley, which is very popular. Typically when people come here they spend an hour and a half to 2 hours. Their ticket is good for admission to the museum and also as many trolley rides as they would like.
My father founded Little Lake Theater in 1949, so I have literally been here since I was a baby. We're going into our 63rd season, and we have all kinds of programs. We have 16 productions a year that we produce, 11 main stage productions.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I've got it. Oh, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
We have acting classes for adults. We have a theater arts summer camp for middle school and high school students. We have an apprentice program for high school students.
I've been involved since I was about 13, maybe 12. The apprentice program back then, and priceless, really. And also working with, like, the actors. If you came to a main stage show now, a lot of the actors are the same. You know, it's because it is a place where people have grown up and they stay. For a 12-year-old, you know, they're local community actors, but you're starstruck.
We have an educational touring company that goes into the schools and performs language arts-based plays that support the curriculum.
You have to always admire the kids' honesty. I mean, certainly when you're doing a performance in front of a live audience, you get that immediate feedback and you can feel whether you're connecting with them. I like the quality of the work that Little Lake does. The touring program, certainly the ability to teach as well as entertain.
With the children, I mean, they express such joy and wonder. It's great, and they love to talk to you afterwards, and they're much more open than adults are.
And he drops them. I'm so proud of the actors that we have here. They're all volunteer, so they are teachers and attorneys and salespeople and a minister and doctors and moms.
It is like a family, you know. You get together with a cast and you're virtually in each other's pockets for the time of the show, and you build up a really strong relationship and bond.